Hello everyone, it's Palest, but you guys can all call me Harry, coming at you today with a bit of a different commentary. Some of you might have seen the competitive gameplay on my channel before, and I'm bringing you some more now. I've only been uploading public matches recently, to be honest. So, time for some more competitive gameplay, and I want to be a bit more analytical and introduce some of you who won't be too aware of all the technicalities of playing competitive to those technicalities, and hopefully try to explain why the game is, well, for me, much more interesting when you play it in a competitive environment, and why, I don't know, it's almost like you sort of feel like you're learning the game again for the first time, because so many different elements and factors are involved, and hopefully for some of you who won't have encountered competitive gameplay until now, I'll be able to introduce you to some of these new factors, new things to think about in this video. What I'm doing at the moment is playing a game of eights, and essentially eights is where you get 8 people with different, sort of from different teams, or they don't necessarily know each other, and they all come together in one lobby and divide into random teams of 4, and they'll just play each other. So you don't really know about your teammates' play styles, you don't know about your opposition play styles, you sort of have to adapt to each other in the game. But it's quite a good way just to sort of get acquainted with competitive gameplay if you've not played it before, and sort of try out new things, because there's nothing on the line. You're not playing as a team, well, not playing sort of as a fixed team, and you're not playing for anything. So this is an 8 game that I had from last night. I'm running an assault rifle, so I'm going to be anchoring in this game of Hardpoint. Now, to explain what anchoring is, for those of you who haven't encountered it before, on a game of Hardpoint, obviously you're looking to maintain map control of a certain area. So you'll essentially have sort of 3 players who are all going to be, in one way or another, concerned with getting on that area or being very close to that area and stopping your enemies from getting onto it. So they'll run either sort of 2 submachine guns and an assault rifle, or 3 submachine guns, and the 4th player, who will invariably run an assault rifle, will be the anchor. Now, the anchor works like this. What you're looking to do as an anchor is to give your team spawns that are good for a particular hardpoint. In other words, you're looking to hold down an area in which your team can spawn that is close to the hardpoint. So that, say if you've got your 3 teammates, they're all on the hardpoint, and they all die, you want them all to spawn up right next to that hardpoint so they can get straight back on it and kill the enemy. You don't want them to spawn miles away, all the way across the map, where they have to spend sort of 15 seconds running to the hardpoint just to get in gunfights and potentially die again. So as the anchor, you're looking to influence spawns such that your team spawns right, your players who are playing the hardpoint all spawn right next to it. So that's essentially what I'm going to be trying to do a bit in this game, and sometimes I do it well and sometimes I don't do it so well, and I'm going to try to point out both. It's much easier to sort of analyse these things in retrospect. At the time, sometimes you can, when you're playing the game, you can miss things and you don't quite realise what you're doing. But with the benefit of COD Custom Mode, which I'm in right now, I can look at where the other team's spawning, where we're spawning, and hopefully show to you what moves are good and what moves are bad. And so therefore, if you're looking to get into competitive gameplay, hopefully you'll learn something yourself if you're looking to anchor, or even if you're looking to play the hill. And if you're not aware of competitive gameplay, hopefully you'll get a sort of glimpse into the complexity of it and what it really adds to the game of Call of Duty on a public level that you don't find there. So let's begin the game. I'm going to go to the first hard point is to the left. It's in the ring on raid. I'm going to go top R off the start. Now, this isn't necessarily the best place to go for an assault rifle, and arguably I wait up the top here for too long. You see I do some shooting. I look up their top laundry first to try and take out their anchor, because they most likely have an assault rifle guy who'll try to go up there. The problem with being up here is that it's very hard to land lots of shots on the submachine gun players, because you can see they'll be darting in and out of all of those blocks, little stumps of sort of, or they rot, I think they're rocks, little rocks. So it's hard to get enough shots on them to kill them, so you'll just be finding yourself racking up the assists and putting bullets into people and not killing them. It can be a sort of a mildly infuriating experience. So as you can see, I've actually pushed up from R, and I'm now playing the hard point, which you're not really meant to do as an anchor, I suppose, and maybe I shouldn't be there. But at the same time, what you really want to do, and the aim of that first hill, because it's a really scrappy hill, it's very easy to get on. As you can see, there's a lot of contest time. So you won't really expect to pick up a load of time on that hill. This next one you might, and you can see I've died on rotation there. Let me explain that. If we just go back a few steps. So as you can see, I'm sort of coming through middle map, and you might think, oh, why is he doing that? The hard point's over there on the other side. Well, I'm looking to gain our team spawn control. So if I go onto the mini-map, show you the big mini-map, I'm looking to go through the middle of the map to get into this back laundry area, which is where the other team started off coming from. As you can see, they've got on the bottom right of this mini-map, they've got a player around laundry. I want to get there, essentially, because the next hill is kitchen, where you can see that little red arrow sort of in the middle of the map is. That's where the next hard point is. And I want to give my team spawns around laundry, because spawning laundry is very close to kitchen. So, as I said earlier, if they die in kitchen, they'll spawn laundry and they'll be able to get straight back into kitchen. So, as anchor, it's my job to get around to laundry, set up some spawn influence so they'll all spawn there. So, I'm making this rotation through kitchen, and it's an awful thing to die on rotation, because you'll spawn back in the the spawns for the old hard point. So, watch what happens here. We can watch it on this map mode. I don't check this corner, so I get shot, and look where I spawn. I spawn all the way back on the old hard point, right in that top right corner of the map. And that's miles. As you can see, all their red arrows are clustered in that kitchen, which is where the next hard point is. That's why they're all there. They're setting up early to get some control. And I spawned right across the map. So dying on rotation is a bad thing most of the time. This time I think you'll see me probably push through, back through ring. Yeah, he's pushing through ring. So now I'm back laundry. This is where I wanted to be when I was pushing through the kitchen. This is where I am now. As you can see, I'm going to pick up a few kills here. And we'll see where my team spawns. So I'm back laundry mode. Now I think I make a mistake here because I pushed down towards the hard point. I'm always going to play and get on the hard point. And I do, and I get on there, and I think I die here. Yeah, so this is a problem. You can see I'll spawn bottom basketball, because now they've got that red arrow. See back, bottom right of the map, back laundry. So they're in the good spawn. If we watch this play out, you see they'll all spawn around raid while we try to break this. And it won't turn out too well, I don't think. Oh no, and now, okay, so now we're getting the spawns. Because we essentially just killed them all off of that hard point. They didn't have anyone else there anchoring back laundry anymore. The guy who was back laundry went on the hard point and died, so they lost back laundry control. And now they've spawned right out down by the pool building. As you can see, two of them there. One of them spawned all the way back by garage, right over the other side of the map. So that's awful spawns for them. Really, they're pushing this hard point, it seems, a little too late. I mean, they've got, how many more seconds? They've got 24, we've got 24 seconds left on this hard point. So it's tempting to push it for them, but it's really too late. You want to be, and it gets to around 20 seconds of one hard point left. There's only 20 seconds left to be gained on that hard point. Really, you and your team want to be switching up to the next hard point. And here again, I get shot by the same guy, Joe. He's sitting in the corner over there. So again, doing a good job for his team, holding the spawns, because for this next hard point being garage, which you can see is right at the top of the map, sort of beneath the scores. You want to be spawning in that building where I was sort of underneath and I just died, because again, you're spawning right next to the hard point. So Joe's doing a good job there killing me, because he's killed me again on rotation. So I'm likely to spawn right, you can see I spawned right back now, bottom right of the map. So again, right across the map from where I want to be and where my team really wants to be as well. So we're all scattered across the map. This is really not looking good for us. They've got a guy set up in middle, two guys in the garage, and Joe, I think, is probably still holding that pool side. You can anchor either side here, although it is better to get into pool, and you'll see why, to get those pool side spawns. But anyway, I'm pushing up raid side. See a guy go down there, so I think I'm just going to try to take him out. I think I get outgunned here, yeah, because I've got an assault rifle playing up against a submachine gun.
We're losing this.
It's very difficult to push down this side, because it's very easy for them to watch the weights area and the middle. So I'm going to try to get a few picks here. Fortunately, two of them sort of ran into my sights there. We've killed them all off, but that wasn't very good for us. Because if I'll rewind just a little bit, as you can see, we're pushing up this raid side. I'll push sort of through they're all coming onto the hard point. Then we're going to get sort of 2, 3, I think even possibly all 4 of them down. But look where they spawn. They just spawn on the left-hand side of the hard point, so top left of the map there. Look at them, they're all just sort of spawning back. One of them spawns out actually, but two of the others spawn right back on them. So we literally just killed them on the hard point and they spawned next to it because they had the control of that poolside spawn. Fortunately, I'm able to kill them off it again. Let's just go back a bit, so I'll show you what happens. So at the moment they're spawning to my left, right next to this hard point. Even though I've just killed them out, they're all already back here. So I'll pick up one middle. And you can see again they're just straight back there. Still challenging, still spawning right next to this hard point because we haven't got that poolside control. So really I like to hold this part of the map in Garage. Because I can look through weight, and that's a good sort of, if you've got an assault rifle, it's good to shoot through weight because it's a perfect range for you. Anyway, now they've all rotated. You can see there's one of them on the next hard point, and that's basketball, so the bottom left of the map. There's one of them on it, one of them watching around cutout. One of them seems to be pushing through the middle of the map, maybe trying to get cut-offs down pool. What's he going to do? Oh no, he's going into kitchen, so yeah, probably, and then into money, so he'll get cut-offs through pool. We're spawning right out on that old hard point, so again, not looking good for us. We're not pushing together here either particularly much. Now what I really should be doing is trying to get up into laundry, because again, for 3 of the 5 hard points on this map, you want to be in laundry, so win a gunfight there. I can see my team's all back of the hard point, so I know they're going to probably be spawning down by poolside, so let's go back a bit here. My team, as you can see, 3 arrows down there, all winning a gunfight, all winning gunfights on the hard point. But they actually spawn back laundry. So watch as one of the guys on the hard point dies. He dies, spawns straight back laundry, back on the bottom right of the map. So really what I should have done there is not gone into kitchen, which I'm doing here. I should have pushed through kitchen and gone to back laundry. As you can see, I believe I die. I die when I'm in laundry anyway. Got a bit too fast. Here we go. So I'm going to try push through middle here. There's only 23 seconds left on the hard point. Something to bear in mind if you're anchoring ever is that the other team's likely to push you at anchor in sort of the first 15-20 seconds of each hard point, and then after that they'll start to think, well, there's no point anchoring for just sort of 30 odd seconds or 20 seconds before we rotate. So they'll stop to push you on anchor and start just pushing the hard point. So that's something to bear in mind if you're an anchor. Next hill's in the middle. You can set up for this one a bit later than others because it's easier to break if you don't set up on time. Assault rifles are dominant on this, and there's an argument for getting one of your submachine gun players to pull out an assault rifle for this hill, because you're shooting at quite medium ranges. You can see I'm just picking out people. Well, I'm trying to pick out people before stairs. I get killed there. I've got my score streaks, which I picked up on the garage hard point earlier. Trying to pick up some more in the middle. There's not really much to be said about this. You're just trying to work out where the other team's spawning and then getting your assault rifles to watch the choke points, because it's really 4 little sort of doorways they can come through, and if you're focused on the right 1 or 2, then you'll invariably pick up the kills. Now really, let's have a look where they're spawning. As you can see, there's a guy who spawned, let me just go back a bit. I'm coming up through money. And there's a guy, you can see on the bottom right of the map, you might think, what's he doing? He's running away from the hard point. That little red arrow. But he's going, again, because the hard point's going to rotate back to the beginning. And he's going to get back laundry control, which is where, again, you want to be for that first hard point, which, as I say, is coming up again. And that's why we're all spawning over basketball. Now I'm coming to challenge him, as you can see here. I think I die, but we'll see. So I'm thinking, okay, next hard point, want to be back laundry, come back laundry, see a guy, get shot, trying to take him out, trying to win this gunfight. It's difficult for me because I've got an assault rifle, but my teammate helps me out, and as you can see, I spawned straight here, and this is great. So now we're in the good spawn. Put some bullets on there. Not gonna finish off that gunfight because I've got a war machine, so I can just easily pick up some kills there down on the white van. Now again, because we're holding the power position, back laundry, I predict that they're probably going to be pushing us because they want this spot for the next hill, for that kitchen hill again. So get pushed here. I die because I'm not ready in time, so that's a bit silly. Spawn out because now they've got back laundry control. And let's see if I can try to regain it here. I can use my score streaks because they're on the hill. This is a good hill to use your score streaks on because it's all out in the open, so you can easily bomb them out. And yep, so I go back to back laundry. I think I'm okay here. Still 20 seconds left on this, so I'll just see if I can pick people off it. I die there, and hopefully I should spawn back laundry. As you can see, yep, again, spawning back laundry because my team's got spawn control. So, as you can see, that would be an example of that hill there, how pretty much to effectively hold back laundry spawn. Had help getting it in the first place, had help retaining it from my SMGs, so that was all really good, and we made, I don't think we got loads of time on that hard point, but we gave ourselves the best chance. Now, as you can see, there's just a guy popped into my sights there. I'm going to take him out, I think. I expect more of them to come back laundry, and they are, because we haven't got anyone back there anymore. Fortunately, I've whacked out my war machine, but really I should be pushing again back laundry. I keep saying back laundry, but that's such an important area to hold. As I say, sort of 3 out of the 5 hard points, you really want to be holding that area. Now they're spawning right out. My team's spawning back laundry, so all is good there. We're just sort of pushing the hard point, and I think this is sort of where we start to take the game away a bit. It's about equal at this stage. So I'm just rotating around the hard point here, playing a bit on the hard point. You shouldn't, if you're an anchor, you know, sometimes last 15 seconds of a hard point, you shouldn't be too worried to push in, pick up some kills, help your team out. And now I don't think I make the best rotation here, because I'm going to go straight through the middle of the map. And as I said before, when you're on this garage hill, you want to be getting the control down port, and they've all just spawned behind me, by the way. So you can see I'm about to get shot in the back. I obviously have no idea of this at the time. But I'm going to push into wait and then get shot in the back. Yeah, let's see where they spawn. Again, see that one just spawn top right, top left of the map. Excellent spawn because we haven't really got control, and I'm spawning right out. However, team's just pushed up through Paul, my teammate. He's done a really good job because now they're spawning out all the way. They were just spawning down by Paul, now they're spawning ring. So they've all spawned out. We've got good control of this hill, and I think this is, again, where we make up time because we've got spawns, we've got control. I'm going to push into the hard point, help my team out. Because we're getting rushed from Paul's side. We don't hold on to it that well, but I think at this point we're starting to think about rotating for the next hill. Wouldn't be too worried to give up a little bit of time on this hill, 20 seconds or so. It's not going to make a huge difference. So again, this is this basketball hill coming up again. Again, you want top laundry control. That's where you want to be spawning, because you want to be coming from up top. They're starting to rotate down Paul's side, but they're all pushing individually. This isn't really good from them. I die to a lightning strike there. But we get back laundry control. And they're spawning right. See how they spawned right out here. Right out in art they have, because we're back rock, back laundry, all that area. So that's good for us, not good for them. And so accordingly, I think you'll just see us pick up a load of time on this hill if I go back. So 2 of them just spawned art. We predict they're probably going to come from. Teammates pick up the kills. I can see we're still spawning top laundry, so I think we're alright from up there, but I think we get striked in a minute. I think, yeah, he comes in a hellstorm. I don't think I managed to get inside in time. But again, spawning back laundry, so we just get straight back on the hill. This is exactly what you want to be doing. In the second half of this map, we've had the spawns much better. Unfortunately, we all pushed up there, and I probably shouldn't have pushed up. So 4 of them spawned back there. Managed to take out 2, but 2 more come and then take me out. It's coming up to the last hill now, so I'm just going to rotate.
We're winning this fight.
I predict that they're going to spawn down by Paul building again, so I'm just going to sit here, watch Paul stairs, and again, pick up a kill, nice and easy. At this point, they need to pretty much get all the time on the last hill, so it's pretty much a done deal. And you can see this is exactly why this last hill is easy to hold with assault rifles, because you can just pre-aim back there, or you can pre-aim kitchen, as I was doing a minute ago. Just come around here, see a guy, he's pretty ready for me to just dip around Paul, so I get a kill there. Game's over by this point. We've held the last few hills really well. Last sort of 3 hills are the big ones. You can get a lot of time on the middle hill, on basketball, and on garage as well. Raid's probably the best hardpoint map. It's one that rewards you most if you manage to get spawn control. And this is pretty much the end of the game. So good performance by me, and also by team, I should mention as well. They got a lot of kills on the hard point, held a lot of time. Final score 33 for 21, which is okay. Obviously playing up against a much higher standard of sort of competition than in public matches. So I'd be pretty happy with that. My teammates obviously got way more captures than I did because they were playing the hill. When I'm anchoring, or trying to anchor spawns. And all in all, a good game. So I hope that's introduced you to a few concepts involved with competitive gameplay and led you to think a bit more about spawns and how to anchor spawns and how having teammates in certain areas of the map will allow other teammates when they die to spawn there and spawn in favourable positions. Okay, excellent. Thank you very much, everyone, for listening, and I will see you next time.